이거는 여론전이에요. 서회장을 이길 수 있겠어?
회장님, 재미는 재미로만 끝나야 됩니다. 아셨죠?
오아시스파라는 깡패 조직이 거기 두목이었다고 하죠.
곧 회장 선거가 있다는 거 아시죠? 회장 선거에 출마하실 분 안 계시죠?
저도 출마하겠습니다. 근데 내 아파트에서는 박혜강 씨가 동대표 됐다면서요? 아니, 난 그분이 너무 재밌더라고.
형님, 이게 정말 먹힐까요?
여론을 한 방에 반등시킬 수 있는 건 이거밖에 없어. 팔아.
뭐가 되면 안 되겠지?
편을 좀 만들어야 하지 않을까요?
아니요.
이럴 때면 세력? 아니면 지지자?
여보, 자기야.
Welcome back to Kdramas Decoded, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode of your favorite K-drama. Episode 4 begins with a flashback to 3 years earlier. Hee-kang is running his office when his assistants prepare a valuable historical gift for an important VIP named Tadayoshi, a former Yakuza member who has a deep appreciation for Korean cultural artifacts. Before the meeting can end peacefully, Tadayoshi's longtime rival, Ikigaro, suddenly storms in with his gang. They're determined to kill Tadayoshi, and the office quickly turns into a battlefield. A brutal fight breaks out, but Hee-kang and his men step in and protect Tadayoshi. After surviving the attack, Tadayoshi is impressed by Hee-kang's courage and loyalty. Before leaving, he promises that one day he will repay the favor. Back in the present, Hee-kang and Harai are still helping with deliveries around the apartment complex. Since Hee-kang has already become the building representative, Harai asks how much longer they'll need to keep doing this. Hee-kang thanks her for helping expose the truth behind the fight video and says they still need to win over the residents. Elsewhere, Chung-won is pleased that Oman City has officially been included in the new town redevelopment project. It's revealed that he has already gained influence over the Apartment Residents Association president. In fact, the president was the one responsible for banning delivery trucks from entering the complex. Now, however, Chung-won orders the ban to be lifted. He doesn't do it to help the residents. Instead, he wants to stop Hee-kang from gaining popularity by solving the delivery problem himself. Soon afterward, Hee-kang receives a phone call from the facility manager, Mr. Choi, informing him that delivery trucks are now allowed back into the complex. Although the issue has been resolved, Hee-kang realizes he'll need to find another way to earn the trust of the residents. The lizard advises Hee-kang and Harai that building connections with the community is the best way forward. Taking his advice, the two head to the apartment clubhouse, where many of the women living in the complex regularly gather. There, 4 women are congratulating one of the residents, Yeonjo. A flashback reveals that despite her success, her husband expects her to do nothing except stay home and look attractive, refusing to let her pursue her own ambitions. As soon as Hee-kang and Harai arrive, they become the center of attention. The residents immediately begin asking questions about them, and although they came prepared, Harai eventually leaves with Jeonbuk to spend some time at the park before Hee-kang attends an important building representatives meeting. Before the meeting begins, Hee-kang once again seeks advice from the lizard. He's warned to be especially careful of the representatives who have already been reappointed, particularly the current Residents Association president, Mr. Seo. Mr. Seo announces that he will run for another term as president, but Hee-kang unexpectedly nominates himself as his opponent. His decision immediately creates tension throughout the meeting. Mr. Seo and his supporters realize they may finally have real competition. To convince the residents that he's serious about serving honestly, Hee-kang makes an eye-catching campaign promise. He declares that if he's ever caught accepting bribes, he will donate his own apartment. At the same time, he begins personally helping with recycling, making sure the recycling workers notice his efforts. However, those same recycling contractors have their own interests to protect. They have been bribing President Seo in exchange for having their contracts renewed. Once they recognize Hee-kang as the former boss of the Oasis gang, they decide to expose his past. An emergency meeting is called for every building representative, and the proceedings are broadcast live to every household in the apartment complex. During the meeting, President Seo publicly reveals Hee-kang's criminal past. The shocking revelation spreads throughout the building almost instantly. Residents begin questioning whether Hee-kang is fit to lead. President Seo's supporters demand that he resign immediately, and Hee Kang is forced onto the stage to explain himself and answer for his past. Just as the situation reaches its peak, someone secretly removes the power plugs, cutting off the live broadcast before Hee Kang can fully respond. While President Seo and his allies celebrate what they believe is Hee Kang's downfall, Harai refuses to accept what happened. She immediately orders Hee Kang's assistants to investigate who leaked his past to President Seo. Later, at the residence lounge, Yeonjo and several other women question Harai about her husband. They tell her she should divorce Hee Kang now that everyone knows about his criminal history. Instead of being embarrassed, Harai firmly defends him, making it clear that she trusts the man he has become rather than judging him for his past. Meanwhile, Ms. Jang notices that Hee Kang has been isolated by many of the residents. She approaches him and reveals that President Seo has been involved in corruption for quite some time. She also invites Hee Kang to join her protest regarding the planned subway station before treating everyone involved to dinner afterward. Once Ms. Jang steps away to answer a phone call, the truth about many of her supporters becomes obvious. Most of them aren't attending because they genuinely believe in the cause. They're simply enjoying the free food, social gatherings, and chance to spend time together. They openly admit they already know the subway entrance is unlikely to be built near their apartment complex. The conversation also reveals an important detail. The only realistic way to stop or delay the new town construction would be if valuable historical relics were discovered at the construction site. Similar projects in Busan had previously been delayed or cancelled after archaeological discoveries were made. Hearing this gives Hee Kang an idea. Remembering the promise Tadayoshi made years earlier, he sends one of his assistants to Japan to retrieve the valuable historical artifact that had once been given as a gift. Soon afterward, Hee Kang organizes a much larger protest in support of Ms. Jang. This time, he makes sure the event attracts maximum attention by hiring traditional performers and creating a lively public demonstration that draws media coverage. During a break in the protest, Hee Kang deliberately pretends to trip over something. Ms. Jang investigates the area and appears to discover a historical relic buried underground. Unknown to everyone else, Hee Kang and his team secretly buried it there the previous night. News of the discovery spreads rapidly through both the media and the real estate industry. Construction plans for Oman New Town are immediately suspended while authorities investigate the archaeological find. Almost overnight, public opinion shifts dramatically in Hee Kang's favor. Residents who previously distrusted him begin praising his efforts. Ms. Jang celebrates by inviting many of the women from the apartment complex to her home for meat and beer. The sudden suspension of construction infuriates Chung-won. His assistant informs him that because of the archaeological investigation, there may be no progress on the project for at least 3 years. President Seo and his supporters are equally frustrated as the Residents' Association election finally takes place. Once the votes are counted, Hee Kang wins and officially becomes the new Residents' Association president. His family and supporters celebrate the hard-earned victory together. On the other hand, President Seo is forced to face Chung-won's anger after losing the election. Desperately begging for forgiveness, he only makes Chung-won even angrier. In a violent outburst, Chung-won strikes him with his own glass nameplate. Standing just outside the office, Mr. Choi overhears everything that happens inside. Toward the end of the episode, Hee Kang meets Chung-won in person. He immediately notices bloodstains on Chung-won's clothes, hinting that something serious has just happened. Despite this, Chung-won calmly congratulates Hee Kang on becoming the new president. Before leaving, he warns Hee Kang that this isn't the end and tells him they'll meet again. And that's where episode 4 comes to an end.